Hello everyone, I am Himasati Sharma and students, we are discussing the chapter called Heat for class 7. Today we will be discussing about the mode of heat transfer, which is convection. So we studied in our last lecture that there are three modes of heat transfer. These are conduction, convection and radiation. In our last lecture we discussed conduction and today we are going to discuss convection. So convection is the transfer of heat by the movement of particles. In conduction we studied that the transfer of heat is not because of the movement of particles. Instead the particles are vibrating and they are colliding with each other and transferring heat to one another. So in conduction there is no movement of particles, whereas in convection the transfer of heat is happening because of the movement of particles. Now the convection is the primary mode of heat transfer in fluids. And what are fluids? Anything which flow is fluid, and liquid and gases are called fluids. So basically convection is the primary mode of heat transfer in liquids and gases. So whenever there is a transfer of energy in liquid and gases, the mode of heat transfer will be convection. So at contrary, in conduction the conduction occurs in solids. So the mode of heat transfer in solid is through conduction, and the mode of heat transfer in fluids is through convection. So here you can see, whenever a liquid is coming in contact with the heat, what is happening here? The warm water molecule is rising. Now the layer which is coming in contact with the heat will heat up, and then the warm water molecule will rise and go up. Since it will go up, the cold water molecule will come down, and this way a convection current will be developed and the full liquid will be warmed up and the heat transfer will occur in full liquid. Now how does this convection takes place? It occurs through convection currents. Whenever a liquid or gas is heated, it expands, and when it expands it becomes lighter, or density is less, so weight becomes light, and whenever an object is light it moves upward. So the cooler, heavier fluid from the surroundings rushes to take its place and is heated in turn. So this we have studied in our previous chapter also of weather and climate. In that chapter also we studied that air always moves from a high pressure area to a low pressure area. So how the low pressure area is created? Because wherever the air get warmed up, it goes up, and the density of the air on the ground becomes less, and hence the low pressure area is developed. So similar thing is happening here. Whenever a liquid or gas is heated, it becomes light and it moves upward, and to fill that empty space, the cooler, heavier fluid from the surrounding has to rush, and when it comes in the contact of the source of heat, it also heats up and then it also goes up. Now this process continues and it gives rise to a convection current through which entire liquid or gas gets heated. Convection currents also give rise to breeze in coastal regions. So we have discussed in the previous chapter of weather and climate, sea breeze. So during the day the lands heat up faster than the sea. So what is the condition during the day? That land is hotter than the sea. So what is happening? Since the land is hotter, so the air which is above the land becomes warmer as compared to the air which is above the sea. So the air above the land becomes warmer, and since it becomes warmer, it becomes light in weight and it rises upwards. Now there is the area of low pressure is created above the land because the warm air has risen. So the cooler air which is from the surrounding, like in this case the surrounding is sea. So the cooler air which is above the sea will rush toward the land and takes its place. And in turn, now this cooler air from sea has rushed toward the land, and now in contact with the land it will also heat up, it will also rise upward, and then again there will be a pressure of there is a low pressure area, and then again the air from sea will rush towards the land, and this cycle will go on, and it will result in sea breeze. So what is basically sea breeze is the flow of air from sea to land, and it is happening during the day. So in this diagram you can see how sea breeze happens during the daytime. Now land breeze, the flow of air from land to sea will be called land breeze, and at night the land cools faster as compared to sea. So what is happening here, that land is cold and the sea is hot. So the air which is coming in contact with the sea is warmer than the air which is coming in contact with the land. So the air which is above the sea will get warmed and it will rise up. So therefore there will be a low pressure area created above the sea. So the heavier air which is present in the sea, present in the land, will rush towards the sea, and what will happen, the air will move from land to sea, and it will result in land breeze. And in this picture you can see during night time land breeze is happening, that is the transfer of or the movement of air from land to sea. These diagrams can also explain the phenomena of sea breeze and land breeze. Now what are the practical application of convection? Exhaust fans, you must have observed in kitchens or in bathrooms, are always fitted high close to the ceiling. So what you are aiming by placing the exhaust fans, what do you want? You want the warm air from the kitchen or from the bathroom to go outside. And where will be the warm air present? They will be present near the ceiling. So exhaust fans are fitted high close to the ceiling so that the exit of the hot air becomes easier. Now room heaters are always placed on the floor of the room. Why is it so? Because what do you want to cool down? You want to cool the what do you want to heat? You want to make the cold air which is present in the room, and you want to convert it into warm air. So where do we get the cold air? The cold air is present near the floor. So by warming up the cold air which is present near the floor, what we can do, we can establish a convection current as shown in this picture. So this is the cold air and this is warmed up by the room heater. When it warms, it goes up and the cold air comes down. Then again this cool air gets warmed up and it goes up. So this convection current is established, and heat transfer occurs in entire room, and entire room gets warmed, and this result in effective heating of the entire room. Similar way, the ventilators of a room are provided or are placed at the top of the window or the door. Why is it so? Because when the air in the room gets heated, it rises and passes out from the ventilators at the top, because the warm air is present near the ceiling, and hence the ventilators makes the exit of the warm air easier. So what is happening here? Convection current is established and the warm air is going outside through ventilators. Next is why air conditioners are usually set up high on the wall, because what do we want to cool down? We want to cool down the warm air which is present in the room. Where will you get the warm air in the room? Near the ceiling or at a height in the room. So we are placing the air conditioner near the ceiling or at the height of the wall, so that what is happening, warm air is taken in by the air conditioner and cooled, and that an air conditioner gives out cold air which falls because it is heavier in weight. So cold air falls and this pushes the warm air up, and now this warm air is taken by the air conditioner and it is cooled. Therefore a convection current is established. So and the room gets effectively cooled. So what is the application of convection in refrigerator? So you must have observed that in every refrigerator, especially the single door refrigerator, the freezers are always placed at the top of the refrigerator. Why is it so? Because the cold air which is coming from freezer comes, or it will sink to the bottom, and the warmer air which is at the bottom will rise to the top and reach the freezer, and hence the convection current is established and it cool down the refrigerator in an effective way. In our next lecture we will be discussing radiation. Thank you.